Thank you all for coming this afternoon. We're here to talk about the situation in Honduras. It's been something of great concern I think to all of us. We value democracy. We understand the need for the democratic rule of law to flourish throughout Latin America. It's sad that over a period of time there's been an erosion of democratic values, as we've seen institutions of democracy dismantled in several countries that, while maybe elected democratically, begin to act in an extra-constitutional manner. This is really what's happened in Honduras, where we saw President Zelaya move in a direction that was contrary to its own constitution and the rules and laws of its country. And the institutions of democracy in that country acted, the courts acted, the Congress acted, and essentially by his actions he removed himself from office. We now have an opportunity to engage in a process of negotiations led by President Arias of Costa Rica, which is a proper way of trying to resolve this in Honduras by Hondurans. We should be clear that no other foreign government should threaten or in other ways attempt to interfere in what is a Honduran problem. The Organization of American States should stand on the side of democratic institutions, should stand on the side of democracy. Not just democracy on the day of an election, but democracy each and every day as the government seeks to conduct its business. We met this morning with a delegation of Hondurans. They came here to plead their case. The fact that there is unanimity of all political parties. They brought to us the fact that the unanimous Supreme Court, 15 members, all voting in the same direction, agreed that President Zelaya was acting outside his constitutional powers, and that by his own actions he had removed himself from the presidency. It is also clear that they are here looking for our government, our country, to stand with the democratic institutions of Honduras. So while we want to see a negotiated process go forward, we also think it's important that this delegation be heard and be listened to. They are from all spectrums of their political world, and they represent, I think, what appears to be a vast majority of the Honduran people. So it is important that their voice be heard. We had an opportunity to meet with them today. Their message was clear. They seek the support and the help of the United States. They seek the support of their neighbors. It's important that we continue to provide the necessary aid programs that are in place so that they can continue to do the things that they do for the people of their country. And they claim, and I think with some credibility, that the institutions of their country are functioning, that the country is not in crisis, and that things are moving forward in a very positive direction with the hope of a negotiated agreement that can resolve this crisis in a peaceful manner. Jim? Okay. John Cornyn.
This morning I was at the State Department on another matter and expressed my concern to Secretary Clinton about what's happening in Honduras. And as Senator Martinez said, we've been meeting with two former Honduran presidents and several congressmen and constitutional scholars. I think what this really is a wake-up call to the United States that we can no longer exercise a policy of tacit, benign neglect toward Latin America. In my state, a border state that borders on Mexico, we see drug cartels engaging in extreme violence against their own people. And we see other problems, as Senator Martinez pointed out, in formerly war-torn parts of Central America, where the democracy and the rule of law is in danger of eroding, as well as we see outright dictatorships, in essence, in places like Venezuela and elsewhere that provide again, what should be a wake-up call to the United States that we need to get re-engaged in what is happening south of our borders. The limits that the Constitution of Honduras provides to the President and the rule of law are what should be honored here. I sincerely hope that this arbitration, this resolution process that's in place now with President Arias can go forward without interference by outside authorities, including Hugo Chavez in Venezuela, who's had his fingerprints all over what has happened so far. So this, again, is a very important development that the American people ought not to be siding with would-be dictators, but rather we should take the side of the rule of law and the people of Honduras and free people everywhere.
We're here today just to encourage the administration Secretary Clinton to at least listen to the facts. 17 Republicans have signed a letter to Secretary Clinton that we'll be sending over this afternoon, urging her to meet with the Honduras delegation that is in this country to get the facts out. The letter reminds the Secretary of some of the facts. We're obviously concerned the administration has taken a hard position against Honduras without a clear review of the facts. Our concern goes even further, that the administration's policy of engaging even our enemies seems to be moving more towards appeasement, and we're just concerned. Honduras is a poor nation, but one of our great democratic allies, and we appear to be undermining their ability to carry out their constitutional responsibilities. And so we urge the administration to at least do our friend, our ally, the courtesy of meeting with their Congress, their new presidential candidates, a former president who is here. They just want the chance to explain the facts. Senator Coburn?
I'll just pass. We'll take questions. Do you have any?
Okay. Get a copy of the letter? Yes, you can. Okay, great. Thanks, everyone, for being here.
And a conflict of interest is not a good thing.